Hello, my name is Boomer Lusink. This winter, I was set to direct the Tony Award-winning play Copenhagen by Michael Frayn, but due to an increase in local COVID cases, we had to postpone that production until the spring. However, the actors and I came together and created this special based on the content of the play, and it acts as a sort of teaser for the show that will come in the spring. Enjoy.
What? Pouring. Water. Beakers. Liquid. Volumetric analysis. No. Chemistry. Chem. Experiment. Science.
Heisenberg. Scientist, person, friend.
Enemy. Evil.
You're going to
Mission.
home, house residence.
Lair. Cave. Hole in the wall.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. It's Germany. Me going to home, my home, Germany.
Oh. The Mach-Sender interferometer.
Yes. What? Wait, what? What just happened there? The critical mass of uranium-235.
Yes, of course.
What? Absolutely.
What?
Arm.
What is that? My friend, I
Arm.
have no idea what you're doing there.
All I'm getting is arms. God, pass.
Down. Go down.
Hell.
Throw
Away.
the discus.
Other
The
people.
Olympics.
Hell with other people. Pass.
Orbital. Molecular orbital theory. All electron cloud in exercise,
Now,
in
how the hell are we supposed to
futility.
know? It's a circle! It's clearly a circle! How did you not get that?
Heisenberg. My dear Heisenberg, calm down. Margaret and I just aren't very good at this game. It's by no fault of your own, believe me.
Yeah, alright.
The Hamiltonian operator of the Schrödinger equation.
You've got to be shitting me!
Well, this is fun. This is fun. I'm excited to do this because it's like, I don't know, people are always like, oh, STEM majors, they have no sense of humor. They're not funny. But like, the idea being that, you know, they do drunk history, and so what will they do is high science. So I've got my edible here. If I can... No. Savages! Ah! Okay, I got it. Here we go.
What?
I feel like I should take another one.
I feel like you should take that's pretty big.
Is that a terrible idea? I'm gonna do it. Here we go. And now we wait. My qualifications. I don't have a degree per se in science yet, but I do have. This is my qualifications. I got this when I passed PChem. If you look closely, you'll see it's legit. I did get an A. I'll show you my transcripts. My GPA is as high as I am. I'm not high yet.
Alright, I'll start.
Basically, the way that I tell if I'm high is like how close my eyes are together. Yeah, the test of if I'm high will be if I can catch it in my mouth. Because as you guys should know, I'm very good at catching things in my mouth. I'm not high.
Didn't count taking it.
Oh, it's so good!
Right? They
Maybe
have
I am
like
high.
pressure.
To quote Shakespeare, to end a tale of length, Troy in our weakness stands, not in her strength. Boom! Shakespeare and science.
He's nuts.
He's the complete package. Shakespeare once said, "Suck my left nut."
Very distinctly a pre-Chris Pratt.
I feel so heavy and yet so light.
It's been a minute. How are you feeling, Terry?
Okay, so it's electrons. It starts with electrons. They weren't even discovered until 1895. We've had like vibrators longer than we've had electrons. This guy Thompson, he was like fucking around with like beams, little lasers, and he had a beam of electrons, and he was like, I bet there are electrons in there. And there were. He was right. Oh, this is so weird. This is blowing my mind. So there's this guy Planck, like the Ed and Nettie Planck that he carried around, but his name was Planck. He's a German physicist. He was like, stars are funky, and I'm looking at how stars, you know, like heat up. You know, stars, they shoot out light at you. So Planck was looking at that. It's called blackbody radiation. When your oven gets all glowy like lava, that's blackbody radiation. So he's looking at this blackbody radiation, these light coming off of stars, and he's like, this is quantized, which means that there can only be certain numbers of light. Like Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi is quantized. You can have like 1 or like 2 or 3 or 4, but you can't have like 3.5 Wild Cherry Diet Pepsis.
You can. But
No, you can't.
I feel like you can.
You can't.
Okay.
It'll spill if you just cut it in half. Yeah, Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi is quantized. And so is light, it turned out, heat energy. But in Pepsi's, your smallest increment is 1. For like energy and stuff. Excuse me. Hold on.
Show off.
Sorry. Tastes like ranch. Where with Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi, the smallest increment is 1. In heat energy and light, the smallest increment ends up being 6.626 times 10 to the negative 34, which is Planck's constant. The girlfriend knew it. The Stranger Things girlfriend, when he was like, babe, what's Planck's constant? Oh, the lights are so bright. I know we think of light as being this like continuous thing. You could chop it up into infinitesimally small pieces, but it turns out that it's not infinitesimally small. The smallest increment that you can get of light is 6.626 times 10 to the negative 34. And then Einstein came around and was like, yo, these little packets of light energy are kind of like particles. I'm gonna call them photons. And everyone was like, that's weird, and you're not famous yet, so we don't like you. And then it's so scary.
Me, I'm scary.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Scary in like a funny way. Like it's like, haha, but stop. So then they were like, oh, this thing that's a light, it acts like a wave, but it's also sometimes a particle. Oh, like, but is it the same like in reverse? Like is like a particle like an electron? Is that gonna be like a wave? Let's do a test. And this test was called the double slit experiment. They set up 2 slits and then like sort of a screen on the other side of it that would like, if you like hit it with something, it would like glow, pretty much. They were gonna fire electrons, a beam of electrons at these 2 slits. And they were gonna look for either a wave interference pattern or like a particle interference pattern. If you like shine a wave on 2 slits, when it comes out the other side of the slits, because of the constructive and destructive interference, it will end up like little bands of intensity showing up on the sensor. But if you shoot particles at 2 slits, then on the sensor it'll just be 2 slits. Shot the beam of electrons at it. Oh, and behold, they're like, boo, a boo. There was a wave interference pattern on the sensor. They were like, no, electron is particle, I swear. They get 1 electron. They fire 1 electron towards the 2 slits. They're like, okay, 1 electron has to go through 1 slit or the other. You can't make a wave with 1 particle. But they still get the wave interference pattern. They were like, okay, electron, you sneaky motherfucker, I'm gonna see what you're doing, you sneaky boy. This device that will look at the 2 slits and be like, ooh, which slit does it go through, electron? And they're like, okay, now we'll see. This electron ain't gonna make a fool out of me. Fire the electron, and they look, and when this time, it ends up on the screen as 1 little dot, which meant that the electron acted like a particle only when it was being watched, like a sneaky little boy. You know, like kids that are like, "Oh, mother, I'm perfect," and then the mother looks away, and they're like, "I'm eating my shit," you know, like something bad. I don't know if kids eat their shit as much as I did when I was a kid. If you look at an electron, then it's gonna be like, oh, so solid for you. And if you're not looking at it, it's gonna be like a wave. It's crazy, and it's called particle wave duality, and it's pretty freaking wacky. A particle and a wave at the same time. That's a good question. Can we take a break?
Yeah.
Can't even open it. I don't have the strength.
That's so painful.
Kevin, I can't open it. Wait, maybe I can. I get it. Okay.
Hey, I'm so proud of you.
It's like I can feel it going inside of me, but I'm invisible. to your health, sir. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Copenhagen takes place in Europe. Therefore, it uses a lot of Germanic and Scandinavian languages, and we have to say a lot of German words. You know, people, places, things. Duncan Macmillan. As actors, we have to worry about understanding the words we say, but now we actually have to worry about saying the words we say.
All right, settle down, class, you cookie cats, all right. We're going to learn some German words, okay? So, first off, we go, hallo.
Hallo.
Good, yeah, okay. Next, wie geht es?
Wie geht es?
Ja, gut, all right, here we go. Betaubungsmittelbeschreibungsverordnung. Okay, are you ready?
No.
Okay, here we go.
I'm actually German, so, and I know some words.
Ah, yes. Streichholzach Altel.
Fractal.
Oh, shash telschen. Shash. I can't say it again.
Kraft ha. Kraft.
Litzetrau base hack.
Big, Hoff, Flex, Sink.
Laser. Oh gosh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna actually try this one. No, I'm not.
Haft wirklich versit
Short, Shang.
versutzung.
Streich, Holsch,
George Fanging.
Bevers was
Farsweg, Haft, Fish,
Kreuz schlitt sich Schrauben.
Schlitza, Rob.
Schutzung, Wetboer, Kirsch. I know, I took 4 years of German, so I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it shows.
Thank you. How many theoretical physicists does it take to change a light bulb?
But how do we know the bulb is not working?
I heard it was out.
But I heard it was working.
So, until we check, the bulb is both out and working.
The next part is uncertainty, and that's like Heisenberg's thing, and it's good because Heisenberg is in this play. Not this play, but the play within this play. A lot of people think that uncertainty means that, like, oh, you can't really know anything ever, says quantum mechanics. And quantum mechanics does not say. Uncertainty basically is the idea that there are specific things about a particle or anything, have you, certain things that you can't know at the same time. The chiefest of which being momentum and location. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh god. I'm floating. You can either know where something is or how fast it's going, where it's going, but you can't know both. A wave has momentum, you know, it's like a vector. It has both a direction and a magnitude. Like from Despicable Me, vector. Waves have momentum, but they don't have a physical location, right? They're sort of everywhere all at once. And then particles don't have momentum, but they have a location, right? So they're the opposite. This is a wave, and this is a particle. And the wave, it goes pew, and that's momentum. And the particle goes pop, and that's location. And the wave has momentum but no location, and the particle has location but no momentum. You can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your wave and particle it too. Basically, so everything exists as a superposition of waves. If you put waves of slightly different frequencies overlapping each other, due to constructive and destructive interference, you would get one really big peak and then like nothing afterwards. So the more waves that you superimpose onto each other, the more it becomes like a particle because it's all focused in one place. But then you have less information about the momentum. So the more you know about one of them, the less you know about the other one. I feel like I have to look down, and also it feels like nighttime where I'm not looking. Oh no, you're going to part 2! And I didn't even prep that, but I'll just riff. Because things exist as a superposition of a lot of different possibilities, there's this idea that, you know, going back to the two-slit experiment, how the electron changed when you looked at it, it's like, oh, so things exist as a superposition of possibilities, and when you look at it, when you observe it, when you measure it, they collapse into one thing. So it's like multiple possibilities all existing at the same time. And only when you observe it does it collapse into one thing. Like this pan. Does this pan exist? No, it doesn't. Oh, I see the pan, and now it exists. When the pan is not being observed, it exists as a theoretical concept. And not until it is observed does it truly become pan. The camera is observing it, so I guess in the future it exists when somebody watches the camera, but now not so much. I hate to break it to you, this pan is not real. There's a lot of cool things that go with this. That many worlds theory is this idea that because when you observe something, there's all these possibilities and then they collapse into one. So it's like, okay, every time you observe something, every time you measure something, you split the world into like two different realities. 1388. That's when this pan was made. That is quantum mechanics. If your teacher ever says, what is quantum mechanics? You'd be like, this pencil doesn't exist. This desk doesn't exist. Your divorce papers don't exist. Basically, it means that, like, there is no objective universe, right? That it just, like, doesn't exist. Reality doesn't exist unless you observe it. Which, like, pretty, like, puts humans in a pretty high place. We're gods, is basically what I'm saying, and this pan doesn't exist.
It's not a guy.
There's a raccoon. There's a raccoon right there. Please believe me, I'm not that high. Kevin, you have to know there was a raccoon. I was so scared. And now that we can't see that raccoon, it doesn't exist.
It's not real.
Hello and welcome to Science Jeopardy! If you're a fan of science trivia and quirky game shows, then we are two enantiomers in a racemic mixture, and you've come to the right place. Let's introduce the contestants. On leave from UC Berkeley, we have Dr. Jennifer Knows-It-All, 5.5-time Nobel laureate and MacArthur Genius Grant recipient. She's looking to add another win to her long list of wins.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have you, Doctor. And next, off the tour for his latest book, I'm a Genius and You Can Too, we have Dr. James Fancy Pants.
2 doctorates, 2 doctors. Doctor, Fancy Pants.
Infuriating. And last but not least, a high school student from Shittsville, Indiana with absolutely nothing going on. Alex Johnson.
How did I get here? What did you people kidnap me?
Fantastic! All right, let's jump right in. Here are the categories. Scientists. Science. Hard science. Tricky science. Science that, if I'm being honest, you're just not going to know. And flasks. Dr. Knows-It-All, you have the board.
I'll take scientists for 500.
The answer is, this scientist's first paper was published in 1901, entitled Fungerungen aus den Kapitalität der Scheinungen.
What the fuck?
Who is Johannes Stark?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Who is Max von Laue?
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. Alex, it's down to you.
How the fuck am I supposed to know
Alex,
that?
you're gonna need an answer in the next 5 seconds.
Okay, fuck. It's
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I don't know, Albert Einstein? God damn it.
That is correct!
Wait, really?
All right, Alex, take your pick.
Flasks for 200.
This flask, with its characteristic round bottom, can be used for things like heat-catalyzed organic syntheses.
Oh, Jesus.
What is a schlank flask?
No, sorry, that is incorrect.
What is a Claisen flask?
Sorry, that is also incorrect. Alex?
What?
It's down to you. I'll read it again. This flask, with its characteristic round bottom, can be used for things like heat-catalyzed organic syntheses.
I don't know. What is a round bottom flask?
That is correct!
You gotta be shitting me.
Still your turn.
Complicated science for 400.
This membrane-bound cell organelle is the powerhouse of the cell.
You gotta be shitting me. You guys don't know this one?
Oh, of course I know what it is. What is the endoplasmic reticulum?
No, you pretentious ass. That is incorrect.
What is the mitochondria?
That is correct, which brings you to 1,300 points, a strong lead ahead of Dr. Nosatol and Dr. Fancy Pants. We'll be right back after this commercial break. How much you pay for grad school?
My name is Emily Berner. I'm a freshman at Western Washington University, and I play Werner Heisenberg.
I'm Joe Moore. I am a senior in the theater department, and I play Niels Bohr.
My name is Emily Pfriem, and I am a senior here at Western studying theater, and I'll be playing the role of Margareta.
The play is called Copenhagen, and it is based on an event that took place in Copenhagen, Denmark in 1941, wherein a German physicist who is sponsored by the Nazi government, Werner Heisenberg, visits his friend, Jewish physicist Niels Bohr, and his wife Margareta. Nobody knows exactly what happened on this day, but the play is essentially these three characters in the afterlife trying to figure out what happened and answer the question, why did Heisenberg come to Copenhagen?
It has a lot of questions.
My character, Niels Bohr, assisted in the development of the atom bomb that was eventually dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's something that's touched upon in the play. And Heisenberg, who is my kind of mentee in a way, friend, is working on developing nuclear power and weaponry for the Nazis. There's also themes of friendship, camaraderie, love.
Science, war, fascism.
Pride in like where you come from and what that means in your identity.
Did I do the right thing in furthering the science to a place where we are now?
Well, first of all, they should watch it because it's going to be awesome. Second of all, they should watch it because I'm going to be in it.
People should see this play because Joe Moore is in it.
It's going to be something that you've probably never seen before in a play. It's a very interesting play, and it gives a lot of room for interpretation.
Any last things you want to say to the audience?
Come see Copenhagen,
Simple, sweet, I love it.
please.
Any last things that you'd like to say to our viewers?
Good luck. Life.
Tight.
You never know what's coming for you.
Oh, that's so ominous. What?
I don't.
Are you gonna come for